Good morning. Welcome to the Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living for our meditation practice. There's so many things we could do. We'll see what Spirit does through me. First, let's just hum together, because humming really does center us and energize our being. Seems appropriate to follow that with 3 ohms. Om. 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 As I say some affirmations, feel free to say them with me or repeat them after me. Out loud is very powerful if you're comfortable doing that. And we'll rest in silence in between. Breathing in, I am. Breathing out, consciousness. I am. Consciousness. I am consciousness. Rest in that. Spirit is love. I am love. Spirit is peace. I am peace. Spirit is power. I am power. Spirit is life itself. I am life itself. Spirit is light. I am light. Spirit is amazing creativity. I am amazing creativity. Spirit is self-sustaining intelligence. I am that same intelligence. Spirit is joyously expressing. I am joyously expressing. Spirit is the grounding force that maintains all creation. I am grounded in spirit. Spirit is unconditional love. I choose to allow this love to flow to me, through me, and out to others. Spirit is constant and dependable and everywhere present, always. There's very few always, every, never, but Spirit is always present in every person, every place, every event, every situation. So I call upon the Spirit to guide us this day, that we may be its love, that we may be its peace, that we may be present in the moment. I'm so grateful for this truth spoken. I'm so grateful for this privilege to be here with you today. Service will be starting momentarily.
Good morning, Ahiah, and welcome to Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living. We have a lighting the flames, faith, and a call to service. That was a refreshing meditation by our practitioner, Kelly, with Chris Glick on the keyboards with the refreshing meditation tones. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people, all faith, all sentient beings, from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the underlying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. As Kelly lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony, equilibrium, the natural way. as Kelly lights the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by the sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we're holding for them here at this center. And as Kelly lights the healing candle, please put someone silently in the light. The names of someone you wish to have this experience, the healing flames of God's eternal love. And namaste. Good morning once again to Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living, located in the downtown Pasadena Playhouse Village area. I finally got it right. I didn't trip it up this time. So welcome. Welcome here today physically. Have a nice crowd here for the rain outside. So that's refreshing to see all these pretty faces. And thank you online joining us. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with us here today. So thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. You know, I enjoy coming to church on Sunday. I get to see all the pretty faces, the smiling faces, and it's refreshing after someone has had me having a busy week. Maybe you've had a busy week, and you come here and you get to relax, see some pretty faces, some smiling faces, and relaxing and refreshing, and just get fed. So that's also a beautiful thing. And to help this service run smoothly, we have volunteers, starting off with our band. Brian on the drums, Chris, musical director, on the keyboards, and then Leon Johnson on the bass. We have Dorothy on the hugs team. Milton is out today, but as I always mention, we tandem park, one behind the other. And if you get a chance, remember to take a picture of your license plates. And the new thing now is that if you have a piece of paper, you can write your phone number, your cell number, on the piece of paper and leave it on your dashboard, and that person can come by and perhaps call you. Leave it to me, I'll crank call you. And so if you need to leave before someone, we'll make that happen. So Reverend Michael, he's out today. He's back in prison, but he will be released. So we're stuck here. We're stuck here with Reverend Dr. Nicole. And it's a good stuck because she delivers a good sermon. They're always content rich. So I can't wait to hear what she has to. You too, huh? You know, during the course of her inauguration, That's what I call it, her inauguration, her ordination. She was sharing with us that time when she gave her first sermon or a practice sermon or something like that. And she had been practicing all week long about what Jesus said, what Jesus said. And she got to the podium and she says, and Jesus said, and she froze. And then she just lost everything. And then someone in the audience say, okay, well, what did Jesus say? So since then, Jesus has been talking to her, and she's been repeating it and haven't shut her up since. So her sermon today is Nourished by Gratitude. And our monthly theme for November is Soulful Prosperity. So I'm going to ask you to stand, please, and let's greet one another. We have this practice called Sawabona or Namaste. Sawabona means I see you, and Namaste says, or means the God in me salutes the God in you. Did everyone get a program or a bulletin? Oh, please continue to stand because we're going to do our morning hymn as well. Let's read together the quote that's in there on the inside of your bulletin. We can read together. Gratitude. You ready? Gratitude is a divine nourishment. It fills the empty spaces of the heart with light and turns the ordinary into the sacred. And Elizabeth Hangan is our guest singer today to start us off with our morning selection.
Thank you, Frederick. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for swimming in. It's good to see everyone. Good morning online. Morning.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for all I am. Thank you for all you are. Thank you for all that is. Thank you for all your needs. Thank you for stars in the sky. Thank you for all your life. Thank you for I am grateful. Thank you for all your love. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks.
Thank you.
With that sense of gratitude, let's just turn within. For in this very room is all the love for all the world. In this very room is all the joy, all the peace, all the power. For Spirit is right here, always. It is in and as and through each one of us, always. So I bless this time together. I declare it as sacred and holy. I claim for each of us that we open our hearts and minds and let Reverend Nikki's message go deep, revitalizing, empowering, loving each one of us. Spirit is definitely here. Its presence is so clearly felt. So I thank all for being here together. For together we support each other in lifting up our consciousness and loving the world. I thank all those who brought this place together this morning and every morning. I'm grateful for this time. And I simply let it be so with a grateful heart. And together we can say, and so it is. Amen and amen. So, Spirit has its way with me. And there's two readings that wanted to come today. And they both wanted to come, so I'm bringing them both. So this first one is from the book A Gift of Peace, which is selections from the Course in Miracles. I think it's timely. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with power to lift the veil of darkness from the world. You are only love, but when you deny this, you make what you are something you must learn to remember. You need to learn to lay all fear aside and know yourself as love, which has no opposite in you. Fear not to look upon the lovely truth in you. Yourself is still in peace, even though your mind is in conflict. Nothing outside yourself can save you. Nothing outside yourself can give you peace. You will yet learn that peace is part of you and requires only that you be there to embrace any situation in which you are. And finally, you will learn that there is no limit to when you are, so that your peace is everywhere, as you are. Limit the peace you share, and yourself must be unknown to you. What we accept as what we are proclaims what everyone must be, along with us. Fail not your brothers or sisters, or you fail yourself. Look lovingly on them, that they may know that they are a part of you and you of them. Myself is holy beyond all the thoughts of holiness of which I now conceive. Its shimmering and perfect purity is far more brilliant than is any light that I have ever looked upon. Its love is limitless, with an intensity that holds all things within it in the calm of quiet certainty. Then this other one you'll see is a much-loved book. It's falling apart. Creative Ideas by Ernest Holmes. I had to tape it together and it's still falling apart. I learned to love. Perfect love casts out fear. 1 John 4:18. Love is fundamental to life, the great and supreme reality. Love is the highest gift of heaven, the greatest good on earth, and the treasure of all our search. It is the end and aim of everything. We cannot doubt that God is love, because hate kills, while love renews and restores. Love transmits some subtle essence of life to everything it touches, awakening within all things an equal awareness and response. Love is the greatest healing power there is, and no one feels whole without it. Today, my love goes out to all people and all things. There is no fear in this love, for perfect love casts out all fear. There is no doubt in this love, for faith penetrates all doubt and reveals the unity at the center of everything that embraces all things. This love flowing through me harmonizes everything in my experience, brings joy and gladness to everything, brings a sense of security and well-being to everyone. And I realize that the love flowing through, in, and around me and all things is one vast, all-enveloping essence and force forever emanating from the living God. Love alone rules my every experience. Namaste.
Thank you, Kelly. That was so refreshing. Once again, welcome to Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living. I see some new faces that just walked in. Thank you for being with us here today. And if you're just joining us online, thank you for joining us as well. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us today. And as you can tell, we're hanging with Miss Hangan, who's already on the stage.
Everybody see me. They know who I am.
So again, the unfair advantage is I get to listen to them practice and rehearse before we start. So you're in for a treat. And then the next voice you hear will be Reverend Dr. Nicole Robbins. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you, Frederick. He keeps us together in the morning when we get here. It's always lovely to come in the morning and have such warmth greet you at the door. Thank you, Frederick. This song is entitled I Am the Thinker, because we are ruled by our thoughts, and thoughts can shape our lives and the way things can happen in our lives. So think good thoughts always. This song was written by Sue K. Riley, and I heard it, I have a book, and I found it, and then we kind of changed it up a little bit, gave it a little different feel. Thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. But if you ask me who I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye. No, I cannot be defined. The thoughts that change the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me what I am beauty, I am joy. Yes, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I can choose to be the light and brighten someone's darkest night. Yes, I'm so much more than meets the eye. No, I cannot be defined. Who thinks the thoughts that change the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
Elizabeth? Ah, there we are. Look, we're throwing money around over here. There's money lying on the floor. We are so abundant that we have money lying everywhere around this center. Good morning, everyone. So nice to see you got out of bed. It's such a cozy morning to be sitting in bed and with a little hot cup of coffee, nice warm covers all over us. But I know, right? But because you came to church this morning, you can do that for the rest of the afternoon and be fed and be encouraged and be nourished and soulfully warm. A little both works, right? So as Frederick so beautifully said, one of my favorite things is to say Jesus said, because my very first class in ministerial school was minister as a teacher, and 2 days into ministerial school, I had to give a sermon with no notes, and I said, Jesus said, and everything went blank. And my classmates said, what did Jesus say? And I'm like, I don't know. So now I like to talk about Jesus a lot because he is a beautiful metaphor of our life and how we can live our life. So I want to tell you a story. It's from John chapter 6, verses 1 through 14. Jesus went to the port of the Sea of Galilee at Tiberias, and great many people followed him because they saw the miracles which he performed on sick people. Jesus went up to the mountain and sat there with his disciples, and the feast of Passover of the Jews was at hand. Jesus lifted up his eyes and saw a large crowd coming. Excuse me. And he said to Philip, where can we buy bread, and where may all these people eat? He said this merely to test him, for he knew what he was going to do. Philip said to him, 200 pennies worth of bread would not be sufficient for them, even if each one should take a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, the brother of Simon Peter, said to him, there's a boy here who has with him 5 barley loaves and 2 fishes. But what are these for all of them? Jesus said to them, make them all sit down. There was much grass in the place. So they sat down, 5,000 in number. And Jesus took the bread and blessed it, gave thanks for the 5 loaves of barley bread and the 2 fish, and distributed it to those who were sitting down, likewise the fish also, as much as they wanted. When they were filled, he said to his disciples, gather up the broken pieces which are left over so that nothing is lost. And they gathered them up. They gathered them up and filled 12 baskets with broken pieces which were left over by those who ate from the 5 barley loaves. Then the men who saw the miracle which Jesus performed said, truly, this is the prophet who comes into the world. 5 barley loaves and 2 fishes fed 5,000. How is that possible? Today's topic is nourished by gratitude. So by blessing the bread and blessing the fish and giving thanks for that little amount that they had, just that little bit in our life, when we give thanks to even the smallest thing, that little cup of coffee in the morning, it's multiplied. And that's what we're here to learn, to really embody and embrace, this ability to multiply what we have in our lives that nourishes our body and our soul. I know that this community has struggled a bit this year with the fires and everything, but giving thanks that I have a house, or giving thanks that I have a plot of land now, or giving thanks that I have a sanctuary to come sleep in when my plot of land is on fire, giving thanks for our Altadena town halls where we can come together, giving thanks for our community who support each other, giving thanks for our relief fund that helped people get by when they didn't know how. It's giving thanks for these things that nourish our soul, nourish our person. You know, the first thing we must recognize is that there is a power in the universe that we can use for good, and this good uses us. Jesus said, greater things than these shall you do. If he was able to feed 5,000 people. What can you do with your gratitude? We start off the service with thank you. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the light. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the beautiful reading. And just giving thanks. And we need to recognize that electricity has always been here. We didn't just discover it. It's always been here. We had to open up our awareness that there's this power of electricity. And that is our job here today. Every day, is Reverend Mike put in his slides last week, evolution is not something that happens to us. It happens through us. And as we awaken to our divine potential, this is when we discover, like, oh wow, gratitude really multiplies. It's such a beautiful gift that we have to really multiply our experience in this life. Even if it's rough, giving thanks for, oh, I took a breath this morning. Let's all take a breath. I'm so thankful for that breath, because there's people who have a hard time taking a breath. I have a friend who has COPD, and she could barely walk from our parking lot to the center last week because it's hard for her to breathe. So something as simple as giving thanks for that breath. I want to thank you all for that ordination doctorate birthday celebration, and it was beyond my expectations. I don't even know if I could have even imagined. I didn't even imagine something as filling and nurturing as that. I want to thank Patricia and my mom, who helped put together our beautiful souvenir program, and everyone who donated to the program, everyone who volunteered. I know I thanked you at the time, but I'm still overflowing in the gratitude of what it went in to put into it. Even Denise and Rosanna for getting the cake for my birthday. It was just that I'm just gratitude. And as Denise said to me, well, you always get cake for everyone else. Well, yeah, that's what I do. But to have someone do it for me in return, I was truly touched. I really was. I was really, really touched. And I left Ahiah that day, and the next day just higher than high. I was so nourished on gratitude that when we went to, I have pictures of the ordination. So so at the ordination, I had my kids who I've known since, I've taught them since they were young, and then my colleagues and my family and you all and my minister friends and my college friends and my kindergarten friends and my high school friends and my tennis friends and my freedom to choose friends. It was quite this is your life, Nikki, and it was really a little bit, oh my goodness, look at all these people. And to look out and just to see the love shining back on me, reflecting back on me, because I love you all, but to have that love coming back to me and knowing that because I can feel love for myself and for you, it just comes back. It's that reflection. You spot it, you got it, as we say in the prisons. And so I literally floated. I was still floating. I'm probably still floating. That even when we went to Disneyland on Monday, there was 50,000 people there. And I was just like, whoa, there's a lot of people. And we went with my best friend's 95-year-old and 90-year-old parents. And so that was quite an adventure. And Reverend Mike called me a couple days later and asked me how it was. And I was like, oh my God, it was amazing. There was 50,000 people, and we had to go get the folks some scooters because they were scootering around Disneyland, and there was so much traffic, and we couldn't figure out where to park. And then all of a sudden I was driving down this one road, and then I saw the parking, and I must have cut off an hour of waiting. And I'm sure those people were not very pleased with me, but we were driving down, and then my friend's cousin says, oh, there's the parking. And there just happened to be an area to squeak in. I never do that, but I did that, and it probably saved us an hour. But the car next to us was giving us the stare, and even the little kid in the back seat was staring at us. And I was like, oh, they're not very happy with us. We'll just shower them with love. because I'm not that person that's trying to cut anyone off, but oh my God, there's the parking lot. And we've been looking for the parking lot because after picking up the scooters, it took us around. And it was crazy how many people were there. And even the workers were saying, oh my gosh, this is the busiest Monday we've ever seen. I thought November Monday, no one's going to be there. It's going to be easy peasy. No. But something magical happened. So I wanted to go on Rise of the Resistance, the Star Wars ride, because I hadn't been on it yet, because I hadn't been in Disneyland in 20 some odd years. And I had my little birthday button on. You could see it on the blue shirt. And the little boy in front of me, we were waiting in line for almost an hour, and the little boy in front of me had his birthday button on. And I went to wish him happy birthday. And I found out they only spoke Spanish. The boy only spoke Spanish, and they were from Tijuana, and we were talking with them, because it's an hour wait, you know, you're going in the lines, and you're going in the lines. And so I was talking with him. His name was Pepe. He was from Tijuana. He was turning 8. I'm like, oh, I'm 58. We're almost the same age. And through the talking, he was sharing his Halloween candy with me. So he gave me a birthday present and Halloween candy. And like all of a sudden, waiting an hour in line went by really fast. And there was joy in standing in line and connecting with the people in line. That usually you're like, come on, let's go to the next one. But we had to slow down and just be there and connecting with people. And then the next line, then we were running around a bit. And then the folks, my friend's stepmom is very determined. And I think some people might say stubborn. But she's very determined. And she was going to go on a ride. And we're like, I don't know how she's going to get on Pirates of the Caribbean because she can't walk. But Disneyland stops the rides. They have this procedure to help handicapped people get on the rides. Same thing with Haunted Mansion. Like they stopped the ride, and we kind of wheeled her on, and I was reflecting when I was a little kid or younger, and the ride stopped. I'd be like, I can't believe the ride stopped. Well, now I understand why. Because they were letting handicapped people on the ride. And so I turned that from my childhood, like, why is the ride stopping, to, wow, I'm so grateful for Disneyland to do this for people so people with handicap can get on the ride. And it was just such an amazing experience that I was just overflowing with gratitude. And then later on, the folks wanted to rest a little bit because riding around the scooter and almost taking out strollers, I have to tell you, I was walking behind her and she was just like, and my friend was just like, oh no. She literally almost took out a stroller. So then they were resting, and I go to my friend's brother-in-law. I'm like, hey, let's go hit what I used to call Log Jammer or Splash Mountain is now called Tatiana something. It's kind of like I don't know, it's like, the little Splash Mountain Log Jammer ride. So we were in line for that because we had like an hour and 20 minutes to wait for our time to go on the Haunted Mansion. And I'm like, come on, let's go on this because it's a 54-minute wait. We're like, okay, and we're standing in line, and guess what we did? We had a conversation with the girls standing behind us. They were from Wyoming, and the other group was from Montana. They were freshmen in college, and one was on a soccer scholarship. And so here we are chatting with them and just having a great time in line, walking, how the lines, kind of switch back and forth. And then we were laughing about, because they had these slickers on because they didn't want to get wet. And we're like, slickers are for babies, come on. And so then as we got closer, almost when we were about to get in line, someone hands me a slicker. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take that. I'll use that. And my friend's brother-in-law, I had my hands up, and he was ducking behind me. I'm like, come on, man up, let's go. But it was such a joyous time. And then later on, towards the end of the evening, around 8 o'clock, all of a sudden I hear this, hola, hola, hola. There was Pepe and his family. they were standing in line and they saw us, and we were actually heading to the same ride. The folks had gone on home. It was a little long day for them. And so here they are waving, hello, hello, hello. And I was telling Reverend Mike this story about how Disneyland was just so amazing, and even though it was packed, and I just found love everywhere I went. But I realized it's because of you guys. It's because of all of you, because you came on that Saturday and you filled me, you nourished me with gratitude, that I was able to go into an environment that wasn't very, that could have been like, oh my God, what a pain. But because all of you filled me up to the brim with that love and that community, that I was able to go into this very busy environment and just see love everywhere. And so I want to say thank you to you. And that's why we come to church. That's why we got out of bed. Yeah, you can go crawl under the covers and watch Netflix. You guys, I watched Netflix until 12 o'clock last night because I was stuck on I was binge watching something. I have one more episode to go. I so wanted to watch the last episode, but I'm like, I got to give the sermon tomorrow. The attitude. So the gratitude eliminates the negativity. Do I have a slide for this? The gratitude eliminates the negativity. So any negativity I was going to feel at Disneyland, I even snuck through the bad parking situation. I didn't mean to, it wasn't intentional, but this attitude of praise and thanksgiving lightens our consciousness, lifting us out of sadness and depression. It elevates our consciousness to the point of acceptance. I was able to be at Disneyland and accept there's a lot of people here without any, that feeling of, ugh. Praise and thanksgiving are affirmations of the divine presence, the divine abundance, and the divine givingness. And it's only when we live affirmatively that we are happy. I am peace, I am joy. That was in your song and that was in your meditation. Grateful and joyful recognition releases spiritual and mental energies which negative states of consciousness do not contact. So it was that gratitude of being here with you all, being loved up by you all, that I was able to go into a situation and just see beauty and love and have literally the most amazing time I've had at Disneyland, considering the circumstances. And what it was a grateful mindset. My mindset was already in gratitude. I gave thanks the day of my party, and I gave thanks on Sunday. And being able to say thank you, I am grateful, it really aligns us with the infinite, and we are moving from surviving to thriving. It's that act of thriving, from emptiness to overflow. Claiming our gratitude for the blessings in our lives take us from a place of lack to a place of abundance. Frederick, his testimony the other day was so magical, because when he gave out that $100 to that person whose birthday it was, I won't mention any names. Thank you, Frederick. He didn't know he was going to run into someone that day to give him another $100. He didn't know he was going to go to Vegas and win all that money. But he was in that law of circulation. He was in that action point. And gratitude in action is where it really multiplies and comes back to us. So claiming our gratitude for the blessings in our lives takes us from this place of lack to this place of abundance. So that's why Reverend Mike and I are like, hey, pledge time, let's do this gratitude in action. I'll have my laptop if anyone wants to do their pledge card. This is you affirming to the universe that you are abundant, and by giving, you thereby receive. And gratitude in action. So I checked last night, and we're getting there. We're getting there. I know it was supposed to be a 4-week pledge program, but you know what? Whenever we're ready, sometimes there's limiting beliefs that we have, or just here's a funny story I told Coffee and Ernest. I had these windshield wipers that, I could see out of it. It was okay, but I was driving to Santa Paula yesterday, and I knew we were going to have a really bad storm. And I was like, I should probably get new windshield wipers because I got to go up the 5 to the 126. And, sometimes when it rains really hard, they just don't clean enough. So on Friday, I'm like, I'm going to go. I called my mechanic. They didn't have them. I went to AutoZone. They didn't have it. And I went to another O'Reilly, and they had them. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to put these on. He's like, oh, I can put them on for you. So the guys there put them on for me. And let me tell you, that first whoosh of my windshield wipers, I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't realize how bad my windshield wipers were. I was living in that state. I had a limiting belief that it was okay. Mediocrity, it's okay for me. I don't really need to see. I only drive 7 miles most days, 14 miles. Here is a little, it takes me a lot longer to get here. But I usually drive in my neighborhood, surface streets, not on the freeway, so who needs new windshield wipers? But then all of a sudden, when I got these new windshield wipers and I was able to see, I didn't realize what I was missing because I had that limiting belief of it's okay. I don't need new windshield wipers. So my question, my encouragement for you is, what is stopping you from telling the universe, this is what I want to give and this is what I want to receive? So I'm really open to, if anyone wants prayer around this, I'm open to prayer. I know Kelly will do it. I know Frederick, anyone else, any other practitioners here who will help us pray through this. Chris is here. So this is, we can go from states of limiting beliefs to states of abundance. And it's through gratitude and action. So I invite everyone. Reverend Mike, in the newsletter this week, gave us some opportunities for practice, for things to do. Simple practices, a menu of gratitude for our body, mind, and spirit. So in the morning grace, before you rise, name 3 things you're grateful for. Let the first thought of your day be Thanksgiving. And I could tell you Friday morning, I didn't have to go to work because you can't teach tennis when you could probably teach tennis when it's raining, but not advised. And it was pouring rain, and I was laying in bed, and I had both dogs on my bed. I was like, wow, can life get any better than this? If they can go make my coffee, maybe. But I was just laying there, and it was like that morning, it was that perfect, cozy, perfect. Is there something that you are grateful for today when you woke up? Anyone? For waking up, yes, that's a good one. A healthy body and mind? Yeah. Anyone else want to share? And we're grateful to have you at church this morning. Yes, definitely. Someone in the back. Someone. Perfect. I am grateful that I had a ride to church this morning. That's good. Anyone else want to share anything? I'm grateful that my kids are well. Yeah, definitely. So it's those little things. I'm grateful we have Chris on the piano and Leon on the bass and Brian on the drums and the beautiful gift of Elizabeth's music. And let me tell you, I've heard that song multiple times. I liked your little do, 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 do. It's kind of like we're getting ready for jazz on the patio, right? A little jazzy on the patio. Soul connection. Take 5 minutes in silence and breathe the words, thank you, into your heart. Let's just take a breath and say thank you and breathe it into our hearts. How does that feel? It's just like that silence, that just beautiful energy. Community appreciation. Reach out to someone in our Ahiah family, someone in your family, someone in your neighborhood. Small act of kindness. Let's say you're going to Starbucks and you pay for the person's order behind you. Hopefully it's just 1 double mocha latte, oat milk, half. Yeah, upside down macchiato, easy ice. And then in the evening, before you go to sleep, review your day and give thanks for one blessing that nourished you. For me, last night it was my windshield wipers, and then I was able to get to Santa Paula and back with absolutely no incident. I was a little concerned driving in the pouring rain, but I got to go have lunch with one of my mentors. She lives up there. And it was just a joy-filled day sitting there and just talking about life. She's been such an amazing mentor. She's given me so much direction. Actually, she was the woman who did the reading at the ordination. So if you were here and you remember her. So it's just that moment of gratitude, of really going inside. That's just, I don't know, I feel like I can talk about this forever and ever because it's so powerful. It's so palatable. And we can see it in action over and over and over again. And we can experience it. And I love it when I like to run little experiments. Okay, what happens if I raise my tithe? And every time I've raised my tithe, I've gotten more business. Okay, what if I build this ADU in my house, which I'm doing? And now I am also expanding my house because I'm like, if I'm going to do the ADU and I'm going to have workers here, I might as well increase my house too. And so that's what I'm doing. And so I'm living in 2 rooms in my house right now because the back part of my house is walled off with construction. And I'm living in my really small room in the front with my dogs and the big crate for my one dog. And I realized like, oh my God, first I was like, oh, this room is so small. How are we all going to stay in this room? But now I'm like, wow, it's kind of cozy. Like we're all together. There's not much. I don't have this. Anyway, so gratitude for the simple things. So I really, like I said, I can go on and on. So gratitude, Ernest Holmes says this, gratitude is an inner choice we make each day. Each day we get to make the choice to be grateful. And this choice has nothing to do with what's going on our outside. You know, I'm grateful for my breath. My whole world can be falling apart, but I'm grateful. And as we consciously and deliberately express gratitude, regardless of outer conditions, something almost miraculous happens. Our circle of love expands. People are attracted to us as if we were magnets of love. Like at Disneyland, I was talking and it just talking to people and saying hi, and as Reverend Mike says, hi. That was me at Disneyland. Hi. Did you have fun on that ride? Hi. Did you go on Splash? Was that fun? Our life starts flowing in harmony. And that's the beauty and the secret of all this. So why don't we just go inside and let's do a little spiritual mind treatment. Part of our spiritual mind treatment is step 4, which is giving thanksgiving. So let's just go inside and we're going to recognize that there is one life, and this is the heartbeat of all creation. It breathes through the trees, the clouds. It dances in the sunlight, and it's moving through me. This life is love, pure, whole, forever giving of itself. It is the source that nourishes, renews, and restores everything it touches. Every good thing, every smile, every breath, every moment of beauty is born from this presence. And I am one with this. I am one with this power, with this infinite life. The same power that gives life to the stars and our universe lives and moves through me. I am nourished by divine love, sustained by the quiet rhythms of grace and gratitude. Gratitude is the language of my soul. It softens my heart, clears my mind, and opens me to the fullest abundance of spirit. Right here and right now, I rest in the sacred knowing that I am enough. I have enough. I am surrounded by enough. And I realize that this gratitude is the nourishment that feeds my soul. It transforms the ordinary into the holy and turns simple movements into blessings. And as I give thanks, I align with this natural flow of abundance that is always seeking to express through me. I am grateful for the breath in my body, for the people who love me, for the lessons that strengthen me, and for this light that guides me. I am grateful for what is unfolding, even the unseen good that is now making its way into form. Every act of gratitude deepens my connection to the divine and reminds me that I am never separate from love. And step 4, thanksgiving, gratitude. With an overflowing heart, I give thanks. Thank you, Spirit, for feeding me with faith, filling me with peace, surrounding me with beauty. Thank you for the ways you whisper through kindness, through laughter, through love, through the steady rhythms of my own heartbeat. My soul is full, and I am nourished by gratitude, lifted by grace, and alive with the awareness of your presence. And I release this into the law, into the word, into the infinite law of knowing it is already done, 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 in perfect and divine order. And gratitude carries it forth with ease, and my heart rests in assurance that all is well. My soul is well. And together we declare this as so by saying, and so it is. Amen and amen. Ahiah. Woo. I'm so grateful you're all here today. Thank you for getting out of bed. Our affirmations for the week. Gratitude feeds my soul. Gratitude feeds my soul. Strengthens my faith. And multiplies my good. I am nourished by thankfulness. Sustained by love. And renewed by joy. I give thanks for all that is. And for all the good yet to unfold. Let's do that one again. And for all the good yet to unfold. Yes. And so it is. All right, you guys. Let's practice gratitude in action, with our conscious contribution. We can give online at ahiah.com, donate, mail a check, text to give 616-229-2225, or here in the sanctuary as Dorothy comes forward with our wheelbarrows. Thank you. What's the plate? The giving plate. That's what I was trying to think. So we'll just know and bless that what we give is returned by the law of circulation, and that the donations here today online through whatever methods that they come to Ahiah are nurturing and feeding Ahiah, feeding our community, and feeding each and every one, knowing it is so. And together we say, and so it is. All right, let's do our affirmation. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving, as I now share my gifts with life, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Amen and amen. Thank you. All right, Miss Hangan. Can we hang with Miss Hangan?
This is a song, I guess it's Jazz Sunday for me. This is a song that I started listening to when I was probably in my late teens, early 20s. And I've loved this song. It's by a man named Bob Dorough, and it's called Better Than Anything. Better than cornbread, and collards, better than honey on bread, better than champagne and pretzels, better than breakfast in bed, better than chili rellenos, better than chocolate eclairs, better than hot house tomatoes, better than fresh Bartlett pears, better than dining a la carte or simply gastronomic art, better than anything except Spirit's love. Better than making a million, better than crowned royalty, better than oil wells and gold mines, better than pastures of green, better than finding a horseshoe, better than losing your head, better than anything ever thought of, better than anything ever said, better than singing right out loud or being spotted in a crowd, better than anything except Spirit's love. Better than elephants dancing, better than clowns on parade, better than peanuts and popcorn, better than pink lemonade, better than rides on the midway, better than seals blowing horns, better than men shot from cannons, better than fresh ears of corn, better than balancing on a wire or watching tigers jump through fire, better than anything except Spirit's love. Better than riding around the park or seeing fireflies after dark, better than anything except Spirit's love.
I was wondering where that was going because better than chili rellenos? I don't know. I do love chili rellenos, so you can't go bad with that. Obviously, because I had a taco bar at my party, so that is my favorite food. I want to bring to your awareness that in our programs today, our bulletins, that we have money and God in action. Do you want to grab it real fast? Does everyone have it in there? Did everyone grab it? I thought we would read it together. So we'll read it together. Money is God in action. I think in large and generous terms, realizing my thinking determines my experience. I now let money appear in all possible ways. Let's say that one again. I now let money appear in all possible ways. My faith determines my fortune. All of God offers itself to me, and my financial ease is a part of God's loving care of me. I rejoice when I pay my bills. I see each bill as an avenue for releasing abundance into a good channel. Everyone I owe has faith in me, and I am worthy of that faith. I pay my bills on time with joy. I love to release the good which has come to me. Money is mine to use, but not to own. It circulates in my life with accuracy and ease. God's money comes to me in order that I shall pay it out. Money is God's ease in my life. Money is God in action. I was actually thinking about this the other day because I had to pay the contractors for working on my house the other day. And it was rather a large amount. And I remember going, I'm so blessed to have this loan to pay the contractors to build this beautiful room. But I'm like sending that money out after. I was like, whoa. It took a minute, but then I'm like, oh, I'm so blessed to have this money to pay out. So that's money is God. It's just the law of circulation. Law of circulation. All right. The youth are they coming in? They're on their way. Okay, so let's go do some other announcements. We have the food drive. And there's a bucket in the back to put items, non-perishable items, or you can go online on our general. It'll have the scroll down for the Thanksgiving food drive, and you can donate. And that'll be this Sunday and next Sunday. So those of you online, it's not too late to do that. All right, let me have the kids come on in. Come on in, kids. Are they coming? They're coming? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for the teens, when we were with the Seekers, we, I think, along with everybody else this month, we're talking about gratitude, what we're grateful for, not just the big things that we're grateful for, but also those little things that are sort of normal life. And so Alejandra would like to tell you what we did.
We made wreaths that are for gratefulness. So I put my phone, my family and friends, and my pets.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really great. Alejandra, can I see it? Oh, wow, that's great. I love it.
Good morning. Thank you. They're beautiful. Actually, I'm going to pass this on to Sophia. We have a couple of announcements.
Hi, everyone. So, yeah, like Lisa said, we have a couple of announcements. One of them being that one of our bigger fundraisers, which is the chili bake sale, or chili fundraiser. Oh, my gosh. The chili fundraiser is happening December 7th. And as I heard, we're having a lot of chili donated, which we're incredibly grateful for. On the topic of gratefulness, we're also going to be selling sweatshirt or hoodies. Actually, hoodies or sweatshirts? We're going to be selling T-shirts that are kind of following the theme of gratefulness, change your thinking, change your life. So which the teens designed? We did. We should have them for in a couple weeks. It's $10 for one T-shirt and $2 for. That's the chili. Or two for Oh, it's $10 for one bowl of chili, and for two bowls of chili, it is $15. So if you like chili, go ahead, just sell us out. Go ahead. Bentley's gonna
talk about what we talked about today. All right, so today in the teen room, we talked about gratitude and how, like, if you don't have gratitude, you're gonna be in a negative loop, and like it helps strengthen relationships and weakens stress and anxiety. Are
we good? Yes.
No.
No.
Oh.
No?
No.
No. Mm-mm.
I would like to officially thank our teens for decorating and assisting with the Fall Family Fun Festival. That was their work with the decorations and setting up. They were so helpful, and I want to thank each of you. I wasn't there, I was out of town, but I want to thank you for participating and doing what you did. You did a great job, and we all appreciate it. So thank you. Talking about gratitude. Yeah, talking about gratitude, right? So now we're grateful to you and for all that you do. And we have a fun invitation that Lisa will be telling you about if you... Oh, thank you. Something else. Okay, it'll be a surprise. Okay. Thank you. I have some additional announcements. Yeah, we support our teens, and they're working now to go to camp. So the winter camp is coming up in January, Martin Luther King weekend. I don't know how many will be going, but we're supporting them in doing that. Okay, 14. Okay, that's good. That's better than summer, I think. I think we had 12.
I think we had 11 or
12, yeah, 12 for summer. So we're growing, and we do want to support them. In case you didn't know, Ahiah is collecting plastic bottles and cans. No glass, but plastic bottles and cans for the teens to also assist them in going to camp. When? You can bring them any Sunday, and we're storing them, and then Barbara Bruner takes them and turns it in and turns the money in for us. If it gets to be too much, she's going to have some help. So that's about the teens. The food drive. Thank you for all of those that brought food so far and have donated. We have one more week until the 23rd. So next Sunday will be the last day to collect food and also for your donations. And the donations are taken, and we buy food, and then we take it all over on Monday to Friends Indeed for their distribution. There's more. You received an evaluation form for our ministers. They are coming up for performance evaluation, and I know that you have heard me, Patricia, president of your board, talk about, I want input from the members of Ahiah, whether you're online or you're here. I know we don't have a lot here today, but those of you that are here have the form. Please fill it out and give it back to me. I really would appreciate it today, if at all possible, because our board meeting is Wednesday. So just take a few minutes and fill it out. There's one for Reverend Michael, and there's one for Reverend Nicole. And I assure you that the board will be reading each and every one of them, because that will determine the performance evaluation and the increase in salary. Okay, so that's your input. Put anything you want. They're confidential to the board. The meeting is open. It's online. You can go in through Ahiah. It's not on ahiah.com, but there is if you go on virtual and go all the way down, there's a yellow emblem, and you can click on that, and I believe it's working. Okay, and if not, call in.
How do we get the forms? I don't think...
You guys have one too. Dorothy?
I think she left.
Okay, we'll make sure you have it, because definitely we need your input. Oh, Betty has them, okay. Can you email them to me? If you can't do it today, email it to me, and my email is on the website under practitioners, because if I do it out, it's, but look on under practitioners, meet your practitioners. My phone number and my email is there. Okay. Also, I want to encourage you to fill out your pledge card. If you have not, you can do it online. Or if you didn't get it in the mail, let me know, because I still have some. I'm trying to figure out who did and who didn't get them. Our list was not accurate. I apologize. But the reason the pledge is so important, because it's like 40%, 35 to 40% of our budget. And they're working on the budget now, because the budget starts January the 1st. So the board would appreciate that information as well as the Finance Committee. And the Finance Committee met last week, and they will be meeting again within the next week or two in order to come up with a proposed budget to present to the board. So that's why these are so important. It also gets you admission to the Pledge Luncheon, which is going to be on December the 6th. It's a Saturday from 10 to 2, and we have a guest speaker, and it's a time of fellowship, connecting to those members you may not know, and just encouraging participation here at Ahiah. We are truly a community center, and we're working to expand our community. We need everyone's help. One more thing. You remember that, what was it? The little Chinese man? Oh, one more thing. Yes, yes. Out on the table, there is a flyer. Out on the table, we did not hand it out because I didn't get them folded. But on December the 4th, we will be starting Let's Talk, Let's Listen, Let's Communicate. And it is online because we want to connect with our members and people that are shut in, that don't have someone coming by or calling them on the phone on a regular basis, someone to talk to. This is an open forum, it's open to anyone, where it gives people an opportunity to talk and be heard. So we will be learning tools, listening tools, and other communication tools on a regular basis. We will meet once a week from 4 to 5 on Wednesdays before our healing service. So it also gives an opportunity for us to have more people come into our healing service. So it says, let's talk, let's listen, let's communicate. It's all about communication. And we're working very diligently to improve our communication here at Ahiah. We want to listen. We want you to talk. We want to hear what you have to say. So it says, join us to talk, listen, and learn tools to better communicate and express ourselves. Sometimes we just hold it all in because we're afraid to say what it is we need to say. But our phrase today was self-loving care, and being able to express yourself and someone hear you is a blessing. And we need to do that more often, especially here at Ahiah. So we will be learning how to talk, communicate, to listen from the heart, and allow someone to hear us. That's the purpose of Let's Talk, Let's Listen, Let's Communicate. So again, it begins December 4th, 2025, online on Thursdays, 5 to 6, and it's in the Ahiah room. And I will be facilitating along with some other mental health professionals. Any questions? I know I ran through a lot. I appreciate you listening. Thank you.
Do you want to talk about Women's Circle on the 30th of November?
Oh, on the 30th, we have the Women's Circle as well as the men's group. We will have food. I don't even remember. I think my title, what is the title?
It was part of the self-nurturing.
Yeah, so self-loving care and a discussion about self-loving care. We don't do it enough. We have to learn how to say no very graciously, especially when we're overwhelmed or when we have too much on our plate. That is self-loving care. So we'll be talking about that. You want to? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. And if anyone wants help filling out the pledge cards online, I'll have my laptop in the back and I can help you do it right after. It only takes about 2 or 3 minutes. We have This is the last week to register for my class, Wednesday, 10 to 12:30. It's the creative process. Then starting in January, Frederick will be doing self-mastery and jazz on the patio next Sunday. We have our book study every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. Anna, Grandmother of Jesus, Healing Circle on Wednesdays from 7 to 8:30. Do we know what movie they're watching this week? Anyone? No? Okay. And then our practitioners, if you're a practitioner, please raise your hand. We could pray about abundance with gratitude for you or anything else you need prayer for. We have Ministry of Prayer. There's a request form in the back of the pews. Dial a prayer, 626-795-4216, option 7, and you can get a prayer 24/7. Oh, I guess it's time to celebrate this day. Thank you, everyone. I'm just so grateful for everyone who's here today. Thank you, everyone. All right, stand up, Mass Choir.
Feel the Spirit in this place. See the love of God on every face. Y'all sound great. We are all God's children, living in grace. So, yeah, we raise our voices and pray. What? Celebrate this day. Celebrate this day. Yeah, we celebrate. Yeah, we celebrate. Can you feel the joy in this place? See the love of God on every face. Every creed and color we embrace. We are all God's children, living in grace. So we raise our voices and praise. We celebrate this day. Celebrate this day. We celebrate. Yeah, we celebrate. Can you feel the power in this place? See the love of God on every face. Every creed and color we embrace. We are all God's children, living in grace. And what do? So we united here as one. We raise our voices and praise. We celebrate this day. Every celebrate this day. Come on and celebrate. Come on and celebrate. Come on, y'all. Celebrate. All right. Woo.
Thank you.
Sounded good, choir.
Woo-hoo. Thank you for celebrating this day. Let's read our benediction. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all my affairs. I accept it, I am it, and I share it. Just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. Amen and amen. And thank you, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday and stay dry.